Actually, I just want to welcome everybody. Thank you so much for hopping on this morning. While cracking the code, the beginner's blueprint to generating income online without the costly detour. We're going to go through my three-step system that you need in order to create automated income online. I don't know about you guys, but when I first started looking around in this space, everybody and their dog seemed to have an answer of what direction to go. It was really frustrating because as the beginner or someone that is in this space that's not seeing success, or somebody that's just at that kind of gathering information stage, I think this is going to be a really helpful masterclass. So I'm really excited to jump in. And so we've talked about these three proven systems. So number one is a proven system and a profitable idea. Number two is automation and passive sales, and we're going to define that. And then number three is a supportive community and ongoing mentorship, which might be one of the most important things that you need when you're first starting out. So number one, a proven system and a profitable idea. So the whole goal when we are trying to make money online, when we are trying to use social media like Facebook, Pinterest, TikTok, Instagram, is that we want to learn how we can generate people that are lining up in our DMs meaning direct messages, or lining up in our messages saying, I need your product, or I need your advice, or I need what you have to offer. Number two is automation and passive sales. So basically what that means is it's the process where you can take a vacation and still have payment notifications coming in. We want to set up our online, make money online, digital marketing in such a way that if you and I were to, step out of our business, or we want to go on a vacation and we didn't want to be actively working, that our business can still work for us and make money, where you have income dropping into your bank account, which, by the way, that still never gets old for me. It's a pinch me moment when I see those sales come in. So that's number two. And number three out of our three-step system is supportive community and mentorship. So the online space, you guys, is constantly changing. I can't stress that enough. Instagram's changing. Don't let that scare you. But what that should do is it should cue you to go, you know what? I actually need to be in some sort of a mentorship group, or work with someone so that I can be kept up to date with the changes. And also, being in a mentorship group, my goodness, it is just going to expedite your business and get you going faster and help you, again, avoid those costly detours, avoid the pitfalls. It can be daunting when we first start out, and that's okay. That's normal, because this is something that's brand new. You are in the right place. I'm guessing you didn't just accidentally, fall into this Zoom room, but you're in the right place. If you are currently worried about debt, the cost of living has increased, you're tired of pinching every money decision. I don't know about you guys, but my husband and I were hit hard with interest rates. The cost of living went so much higher for us that penny pinching is not a fun place to be. You're in the right place. If you've tried, all the online side hustles, show of hands, who has tried those online side hustles? I did. So I actually tried a bunch of, and my first one that I ever did was I did a bunch of surveys, and I made $1.42. So that was in 30 minutes of work. So I was like, when I look at the time that I had to put in and what I got out of it, that's just not smart math. So we're not going to do that. So I understand, and I'm right there with you. If you've tried these online side hustles and you just did not get the results you were looking for, you're in the right place. Also, if you are wanting more, but you're unsure of how this looks or like where to start, again, my goal in this masterclass is that you would walk away learning something that you didn't already know, and that you would have enough information in your mind and in your head to be able to make a decision whether making money online is going to be the right fit for you. Making money online is an incredible opportunity, and I'm excited to be able to share kind of the ins and outs of it. So for those of you that do not know me, my name is Jen. So I'm a Canadian mom of 3 kiddos. So our kids are 13, 11, and almost 8. And I was a former corporate exec of 8 years, and I worked for a very well-known company. I worked for Heinz Canada. So yes, I sold ketchup for a living. We went through a massive restructure, and I was let go, which is very common in the CPG world, which is the consumer packaged good world. It's not uncommon for companies to restructure. And when they do, often they are looking at profitability and where they can cut. So I ended up staying home with our kids. I dipped my toe in the MLM world. For those of you that don't know what MLM is, it's multi-level marketing. And I actually did quite well. Like it's hard to make it in the networking marketing space. I did okay, but this is the problem. I was completely glued to my phone. I was scrolling endlessly, and I had to leave my house to go do presentations. And I needed something that was going to make me more available to my family that I could do from home. So that is one of the reasons why I really love the digital marketing space or the make money online space, because of the passive income opportunities and the sustainability. So I'm really excited to be able to share my story. So a lot of people get into this space because, they're drowning in debt, or, they're just so burnt out from their 9 to 5. But what kind of drove me, or was my aha moment, was our daughter became extremely ill. And we didn't know what it was. She was, just my stomach hurts and I'm tired. My stomach hurts and I'm tired. And so I kind of watched her health decline little by little. And I thought, oh, okay, maybe it's just like, maybe she has a weird virus, or maybe it's bacterial. I don't know what it is. So in August, at the end of August, I took her in. So we did a bunch of blood work. Cue September, school starts. She starts grade 5. And I get the call that no mom or parent should ever receive, which is, Jen, I remember it very clearly. It was 12 o'clock on a Friday. And I got a call from our doctor who said, I got Josie's blood work back, and her kidneys are in failure. Her kidneys are failing. You have to pack your stuff. You've got to go get her. And you have no time. Like, you got to get to Children's Hospital. So I just was, you don't even have time to think in that moment. So I ran downstairs. My husband worked from home, and I just said, we got to get in the car. We got to go get Joe's. And we jumped in the car, picked her up. Within 5 minutes, we had left our house. Within an hour and a half, we were at Children's Hospital. And I'll never forget that drive. I was weeping because we were so scared. We had no idea what was wrong. I was trying to hold it together. It was a bit of a gong show. So we get to Children's Hospital, they check us in, and immediately a slew of docs are on us. And they are kind of looking, kind of taking a bit of a history. And they are like, okay, well, we don't know what's wrong. We know it's very, very serious though. So we just want to paint the picture that you guys aren't going home anytime soon. After doing some initial tests and doing some initial scans, they pulled me aside and said, another thing that no parent should ever have to hear, we don't want to scare you, but we're looking at cancer. Why I tell you this story is because fast forward, after being in the hospital for a week, she does not have cancer. She was diagnosed with an extremely rare disease called TINU. The reason I put it in there is because when I say a rare disease, everyone asks me. It's a disease that affects her eyes and her kidneys. But after sitting down with the doctors and discussing meds, they're like, okay, this is the medication she needs to be on. But unfortunately, the cost is going to be around $3,000 a month for this med. And there's a good chance that pharmacare will not cover it. We didn't have extended benefits. My husband's self-employed. I sat down and I just said, like, can we do this? Thank the Lord. There was a lot of prayer that went into that we ended up getting coverage. That $3,000 was covered. I don't want to be in that position again where I feel like I can't afford something that is a matter of life or death. So I was determined to find something that I could do from home. That's what kind of put me on the search of digital marketing, to look for something online. So I found digital marketing. So I started 6 months ago. I spent way too much money in courses, and I made a whopping $8.80. And I remember thinking to myself, this is not what I was pitched. At month 4.5, month 5, I invested in an interactive, keyword interactive, training program with mentorship. And you guys, that is what made the difference. So that is when I went from making $8.80, posting cringy side hustle videos, deleting my Instagram account. Once I got in there and started to actually learn, my mind was blown. My mind was so stretched. I was learning things I had never learned before. I made $10,000 in my first 6 weeks of being in that training program. I've made over $22,000 in the last 11 weeks, along with continue to grow and make passive income. So here's the thing, when we show income claims, this is not to puff up myself. It's to actually show you what is possible. I want that to be really encouraging. The other thing I want you guys to notice is that I'm not sitting here saying to you that I have made $800,000 or, hey, I made $600,000 in my first month, or I made $100,000 in my first month. That is just not reality. But what I hope that you get out of this is that the reality of being able to make money online is there. It is uncapped and it does take hard work. And we'll talk about that as we keep going here. So I just want you to imagine for a second, close your eyes if you want. Imagine what it would feel like to wake up to payment notifications like what you're seeing here. So I just did some screenshots of some payment notifications that drop into my account. So for example, like 1 week it was $2,300. One day I made $1,000 in a day, $1,100 in a day. So think about what it would feel like to all of a sudden wake up and have, you check your bank account or you check your email and it says, you made a sale or you fulfilled an order and you did it in your sleep. So what is the 3-step system? Profitable idea plugged into a proven system. So what is the proven system? The proven system is social media and email marketing. So let's talk social media for a second. Social media is like things like Pinterest, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram. I always recommend starting with Instagram because Instagram is the highest converting social media platform out there. They're all free, but Instagram is how I have grown the fastest and I have converted the most. And then email marketing, and I'll actually visually show you what that looks like, is building an email campaign so that when you get somebody that opts into whatever you're offering, that you can catch their attention and keep their attention for the next 30 days by sending emails to them that you had to create one time and you set it up through your automated systems. So I have a friend who is into dog breeding. She is constantly getting bombarded with emails or DMs on Instagram, asking, what pet food do I start with? What's a puppy schedule I should be on? And she's experienced in this. So she's actually joined our training program and she's working on creating digital products to help be able to answer those questions. You do not have to be a massive expert in any one area. You just have to be a little bit more skilled and have a bit more knowledge on an area that somebody doesn't have. So I don't know anything about dog breeding. So if I wanted to go to learn about that, that's who I would go to. So people will ask me often, what are the 3 most profitable areas or the 3 most profitable niches? So health, wealth, and relationships would be the top 3. So health could be, you're creating a workout plan or clean eating. Wealth could be, how do I, make my income grow, or what are some good ideas about where I should invest my money. Relationships can be anything regarding, parenting, how to get your toddler to sleep through the night. Relationships can be things like, I actually have one gal right now who's actually considering creating a course on, helping kids walk through parents who are divorced, and so the pain that comes through that. So there is, if I sat down with every single one of you, I can almost guarantee that you and I could sit down and probably within the hour, we would be able to figure out a profitable niche that you are either passionate about, skilled in, or have experience in. Okay, so how to create a successful product. So how do we create a successful product? So what I mean by product is digital. So what I mean by digital is this. I want you guys to think Amazon. So you go to Amazon and you want to order a book. When you click on that book, here are your options. You can buy a hardcover, you can upload it in Kindle. That is a digital product. It is something that you have access to, but you only have access to it online by downloading it. So how to create a successful product, you're going to do it this way. You're going to show people how your solution can help them reach their desires and dreams. You're going to show people what your solution will help them gain. So is it going to help them gain health, wealth, happiness, freedom? And then finally, you're going to show people how your solution will cause them to lose the challenges they are facing. That digital marketing, you guys, all it is you are addressing a problem and you are giving a solution. So that is how we create a successful digital product. So let's keep going here. So a profitable idea that helps people reach their desires is going to cause one of 2 things, okay? So number 1, it's going to cause an empowered audience. So what is an empowered audience? An empowered audience is an audience who is ready to invest. It's the person who is excited to sign up and pay for whatever you have to offer with little or no hesitation. They're like, I am ready to go. Show me where I can get, show me where I can purchase your digital product, or show me where I can get this. You send them a link, they purchase it, and you've made your sale. The other thing that it's going to do is it's going to create an audience who is not maybe not quite ready or looking for a solution yet. So what does that look like? Maybe they're still overcoming obstacles or challenges and they're not quite ready for an active solution. And that is totally okay. But they would still love to grab your freebie or your free content or your low ticket offers. We're going to talk about a lead magnet in a second here. And they have more questions for you, but eventually they will invest because they're still building the trust with you. So a profitable deal will do one of two of those things. That's important to note. So step two, this is probably one of my favorite things. So step two is the automation process. So creating passive sales. This is the process, and we talked a little bit about this, that allows you to take time away from your business to either spend more time with your family or go on vacation, but your business is still working for you. So those payment notifications are coming up on your screen, money's being dropped into your bank account. So what is necessary for automation? Like, how do we actually do this? So the simple systems that are necessary in automation are four things. So there's an awareness piece. So they meaning your audience they're gonna find you through organic content that you create on social media. So to break that down really simply, it basically means you're gonna create videos, reels, posts. I'm gonna use Instagram because that's what I'm on. And you are gonna drive people to what you have to offer through those videos. So organic basically means we're not paying for followers or we're not paying for ads. We're going to grow organically. We're going to build an audience over time. An automation system is going to have interest. So your audience is going to opt in to your simple sales funnel for a free offer. I want to stop here for 1 second. When I was learning what a sales funnel was, I had no clue, you guys, what they were talking about. All I kept thinking about in my head was, why are they talking about a kitchen gadget? And so many people laugh, but that's how green I was. I had never made a reel in my life. I had no idea what a sales funnel was. I'm trying to piece all these things together. So that's number two. And number three is the decision part. So they are your target audience or your audience that follows you, that opts into your freebie. They're going to be nurtured through your email campaign or through an email sequence, which gains trust and helps them to decide if you can help them. And then eventually, hopefully, that's the goal, is that we get them to the action piece, which is then they invest into your offers and they become a paying customer. So we have to have these four layers when we're creating our automated system. So I'm actually going to just stop here for 1 second, and I am going to stop sharing my screen for a sec. And I'm going to share a different screen with you guys because I am going to walk us through exactly what this looks like. Okay, so you can see here, I've created reels here. The reels are going to be geared towards something that I'm giving away for free. So not only do we want to build followers, we want to build an audience, we want to build people, we want to build emails, because those are the people that we are going to nurture as we promote our offers. So how do we get them to do that? Well, unfortunately, I can't just stand up on Instagram and say, hey, everybody, I'm really awesome and what I have to offer is incredible. So can you guys all just email me your email address or send me your email addresses, and I'm just going to put them in and then you're going to get a slew of emails from me. No, that's not how it works. So how it works is I'm going to drive people and I'm going to give them something of value. So in exchange, I can get their email. So I actually want to just paint you guys a little bit of a picture here. So pretend I love Williams Sonoma. So this is how this works. I walk into Williams Sonoma, I'm looking at the pots and pans, and I'm just like, oh man, I love this pot and pan. I look at the price and I'm like, oh, it's $400. So what do? I think about it, and then I think, yeah, that's probably a bit high. I'm ready to walk out of the store, and the sales associate comes to me, taps me on the shoulder and says, hey, I noticed you looking at this pan. Like, do you have any questions? And I'm like, no, I love the pan. It's great, but it's just too much money for me. She stops me and says, well, what if I was able to give you a 20% off coupon for free? And I'm like, oh, that would be a game changer for me. So she says, okay, come to the till. I just need your fill in the blank, your name and email, and you can check your phone, and that coupon will pop up, and we can apply it right here and now at the till, and you can get your pot or your pan or whatever I was looking at. So that's what I do. So I give her the name and my email. In exchange, she gives me something of value, which is the 20% off coupon. I buy something, I'm a happy clam, and then guess what happens over the next month? What is going to be in my email? Put it in the chat. What are you going to see? That's right. You are going to see William and Sonoma over and over again that is now going to be promoting their offers because they don't want me just to buy once. They want me to buy multiple times. So that's how it works. Like with a brick and mortar, it's actually not really any different, you guys, when it comes to online. So I'll do a reel, or I'll put up a reel with my content, and I'll put a comment in here. So let's just look at this one, for example. So I go down here, and at the end, I say something like, hey, comment start if you're feeling paralyzed to make decisions because you don't have enough information, and I will send you a link to my free live masterclass, or I'll send you a link to my free guide. They will click on my Stand Store. So the Stand Store is the e-commerce platform where you are going to host all your products. So think of it as like the actual Williams-Sonoma store. And then they'll scroll down and they'll see, oh, Jen's offering a free guide. Well, how do I get that free guide? I put in my name, I put in my email, and I click grab my free guide. And then what happens is that email is sent to them within minutes, and there's a downloadable link that's for free, and they can open up my free guide, which is about 25 pages long, and it's going to walk them through very quickly on how to create passive income. But my offers are embedded in there because I want to drive them to what my offer is. So how does that work? How does the email campaign work? Well, I'm going to show you. I'm going to take you behind Stan. So the way that the email campaign works is this. So you're going to see here, there's a slew of emails that I have set up. So once someone opts into my free guide or my free whatever I'm offering, it is considered a purchase, even if they haven't paid anything. What's going to happen now is they are going to be put into what's called an email campaign, or an email flow, where they're going to get an email from me, once every 2 or 3 days that is going to be geared towards what I'm offering. So that's where all of my offers are coming from. And that's how I stay in front of them. And the reason that that is so important, number one, this is the automated piece. So again, I'm not having to go on my computer every single day and be like, oh, right, who opted in and who do I need to email? It's all done for me. So that's number one. Number two, this is how we make passive income. This is how we're not going to be glued to our phones. So I'd love to know if anybody has any questions on that. It's probably one of my favorite things that I get to walk people through visually speaking, because I think it just makes a lot more sense. So back to our masterclass on making passive income without the costly detours. So we talked about that, creating the automation. So again, making this and having these drop into my bank account or into my Stand Store would not be possible without creating automated systems, without creating digital products or having offers. So this is kind of how everything is starting to talk to each other. So the step 3, and I think one of probably the missing piece, is a supportive community and mentorship. So maybe you're on here right now and you're like, actually, I have a ton of courses that I've already done. Like, I feel like I already have the training done, but where I'm feeling really stuck is mentorship. And we're going to talk about how our mentorship is actually separate from our training program for that exact reason. You don't necessarily need a training program, although I will tell you that maybe you're like me, who bought a lot of these courses and then realized very quickly on that the training that I was supposedly taking wasn't actually training at all. But you do need a supportive community and mentorship. I cannot stress that enough. So again, the online space is always changing. And when you have ongoing mentorship, this is going to keep you guys up to date with those changes and help expedite your business. I am extremely passionate about people being plugged into a place where they can find support, get questions answered, have their social media audit, and have ongoing training as they grow and as they learn in their business. So figuring it out for yourself, not only is going to slow down your journey, but ultimately, I think you're going to end up quitting. And I always want to just be super frank with people. That's why I almost ended up quitting, not even just because I hadn't made any money. It's always good to have realistic expectations, but I didn't have that mentorship piece. So I was kind of flailing. It was like I was taking spaghetti and hucking it at a wall and just hoping that something would stick. So when I ended up getting mentorship and working with mentors, that's when everything changed for me. Let's take a journey for a second. Let's imagine your life a year from now, or even 6 months from now. You've created your digital product, or you've affiliated for different companies. Maybe you've even made a masterclass or a course, and you're bringing in passive income every day. Like, just think about that for a second. How much is your digital business generating each month? If you have a piece of paper, write that down. Write that down. It's actually really, really visually important to look at that and really have mindset and have your mind in the right place. So then getting back to this, like, why did you sign up to come on this training other than I told you it was going to be amazing, we were going to have a lot of fun? You came on because you wanted to learn how to create passive income for yourself or for your family. You came on maybe because you're ready to have more time freedom in your day. Maybe you're trying to get out of your 9 to 5. Maybe you're a burnt out healthcare worker who's just like, I cannot work anymore. I'm so exhausted and tired. Or maybe you've tried all those side hustles I was talking about and you were trying to monetize online, but you just weren't getting anywhere. And so you want to be what I call, you want to get unstuck. That's totally valid. At this point, you guys have two options. Number one, you can keep watching and waiting for another 6 to 12 months. I will never make anyone feel bad about that. So this is what it could look like. If you want to keep waiting and watching, maybe you just, you need more information. That's okay. Or you're going to do what I did. I watched for about 5 months and I actually tried to Google my way through it and tried to understand how to do this. I'll tell you right now, that was one of the biggest mistakes I made because I had 85 options come of like, this is what you need to do and this is what you need to do, and there was no cohesiveness and I was getting so many different answers. Maybe you are feeling like you just don't know enough or you have what it takes. That is another one. There's a lot of fear when you first start out because you're like, I've never created a reel, or I've never done this, or I've never done that. I first of all just want to say I totally understand that because that's where I was at. But if you can be coachable, you can learn this with the right training. Maybe you aren't ready to create a life of passive income and more time freedom, and that's okay. Like if you need more time, that's okay. Or maybe you're at a point where you're like, I am ready to go. I want to create this automated system so that I can have more time freedom. I can have more income coming in. We're going to show you what this proven system is. We're going to walk you through it. You're going to get access to myself. And I wrote 6, I think it's actually 5 other mentors that are going to guide you daily, which is amazing. And then finally, maybe you're ready. You're like, I'm ready to go all in. Like I am sick and tired of being sick and tired. And I know that nothing changes if nothing changes. So I'd love for you guys to write down just on your piece of paper, what camp do you land in? Are you in the keep watching, or are you in the let's get going, let's get moving? What would your next steps be? So Creators Co, I can honestly tell you, hands down, is the best training I have ever done. It's not just covering, how to do digital marketing, how to do affiliate marketing. Maybe you're already in an existing business that you are really you love and you're passionate about, and you just want to take it to the next level. So for example, I'm going to pick on Amy. Her husband is incredible at making drinks. He's so passionate about making drinks. He just launched, with the help of his beautiful wife, Amy, has launched his mixology business online where they're creating a digital product around his passion, and they're going to sell it and do really, really well. Any niche, any passion you're in, I can guarantee you that we can bring it online. We can elevate what you're already doing and create additional income streams, which in this economy, and I think going forward, is super, super important. So you can work with us in 2 ways. You can work with us by joining our training program, which is called The Code, or you can join our mentorship if you feel like that's what you're needing. And I'll talk about kind of how to be able to decipher that. So inside The Code, this is what you're going to get. You're going to get starting your online business, social media marketing, sales mastery. You can look at all of this. I won't go through it all. Email marketing, affiliate marketing, content strategy. Every single thing is here. You're going to notice something here, mindset. People don't realize this. Mindset is honestly everything in this business. I'm going to say it's almost 80 to 90% of this. Going in with the right expectations, having the right mindset is going to help you get through those $0 days. And the reality is, we aren't going to be making $50,000 in our first month. Now, I'm not saying that you can't. I'm just saying that you most likely won't. There's always going to be the exception to the rule, but 99% of the time, that is not what happens to people. And so having that right mindset, going in with the right mindset, I think is so key to your success. So inside The Code, which is also the interactive training program, this is what you're going to get. So you're going to get a full digital marketing and social media interactive. I want you guys to pay attention to that word interactive. So inside our training program, we also have a chat group that is live that you can put in your questions and you're going to get answers, which I think is really vital. You're also going to get 13 done for you digital products that come with something called PLR. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this, but basically you get 13 digital products that you can turn around after rebranding Maybe you use them as a framework. Maybe you don't even use the content in them, but you use them as a framework to create your own digital product, and you can resell them for 100% profit. You're also going to get 30 days of email templates. So again, just to connect the dots here, that goes back to that email campaign I showed you inside the Stand Store. So again, keeping in front of your potential customers, you're going to get marketing material. You're also going to get a 75% affiliate commission link. So we always like to give this as an option to anybody. I was so blown away by this training that is what I'm like, I need to get this out to the masses. Not only financially is it really reasonable, but what's the value that is in there? Oh man, it far outreaches the cost. And you're also going to get, which is in my exclusive promo, you're going to get 1 month free of mentorship. So you're going to be able to combine the training and the mentorship, and you're going to get 1 month free so you can get a taste of what the mentorship is like. And again, the mentorship is jumping on live calls with these mentors. It is being part of a chat group. And I'm going to give you another layer of support at the very end here. So this is the collective. So the collective is our mentorship piece. So inside the collective, you're going to get live calls, monthly content drops. It's a community space, and also there's an affiliating opportunity as well. For you, if you got people that you know that need mentorship, you can send them to our mentorship, and you can get paid for sending them, which is actually really cool. So maybe you don't need the training program. Maybe you're a digital marketer on here, or you're already on here and you're a couple months in and you're like, I just need the mentorship piece. This is why we've separated it. This is why we've separated it, so that you can kind of tailor whatever you need to help your business grow. But the mentorship, by the way, the mentorship, these are your 5 mentors. Steph right here is near and dear to my heart. She's the stranger that I met on the internet. She's the reason that I kept going. And I was saying to her yesterday, I'm like, I blame you for being able to make money because you took the time with me to show me what I actually needed. We have an affiliate program. I won't go much into this, but you have an opportunity to affiliate for Creators Co. and make reoccurring and passive income. So you have something that you can sell right off the bat if that's what you're interested in. And I wouldn't be surprised if you would be. So customize your business plan. Excuse me, the code is our training program. We have payment plans. I'm going to talk about that in a minute, but you get that for life. You pay it one time and you have access to for life. And I go back to it, you guys, over and over again. Constantly, I go back to it over and over again because it's just the stuff that's in there is so amazing. Plus, our mentors are constantly adding different modules to it as things come up, which I love. And you don't need to pay for those updates. You get those updates for free. Secondly, the core collective. So we talked about the collective being our mentorship. The core collective is going to be $45 a month, but you guys get it free. Anyone that signs up for the training program, the code, which I talked about just a second ago, you're actually going to get this free. And actually, we just lowered our pricing on this. So we want to make this so accessible to people. We know that the mentorship is so key in having success that going forward, after you get that free mentorship and try it out, you can decide if you want to keep going, and it's going to only cost $45 a month, which is really, really, really good. And they're going to teach you how to establish your personal brand, defining your target audience, messaging that sells, social media basics. So this is really, really great for the beginner. Here's the exclusive promo. So today only, well, I might make it 24 hours. We'll see. So for today only, when you purchase the code, this is what you're going to get, okay? First of all, you're going to get lifetime access. You're going to get 13 of those digital products for free that you can resell for 100% profit. You're going to get 1 month free of the core mentorship. So we talked about that $45 a month. You're going to get that completely free for the first month. You're also going to get a free one-on-one coaching onboarding call. So what you're going to do is after you purchase the training or the program, purchase the code and the mentorship, then you and I are going to jump on a call and I'm going to walk you through everything. It's a good hour, but basically I'll get you to the point where you're like, okay, I know exactly where I need to start. So I think that's really key too. The other thing that you're going to get is you are going to get access to my own exclusive free WhatsApp group. So anyone that purchases either the mentorship or the training program through me, automatically you will be put into my free WhatsApp group. And the reason I think it's really important is because not only, yes, you're going to get the mentorship, you're going to be able to get on 1 call a week and the training program's incredible. But naturally, as you go through, you guys, you're going to have questions. That's just normal. So to be able to have a place to be able to ask those ongoing questions and get them answered, I think is really, really key. So that group is free. I run a couple Zooms a month, totally free. And I think that honestly is what makes such a big difference, is knowing that you're going to have your hand held a little bit, especially as you get going, is so, so, so important. So again, with this exclusive promo, you're going to get lifetime access to the code, which is the $497 our training program, 13 done for you digital products, 1 month free of core mentorship, a free one-on-one onboarding call with me, as well as an exclusive, you get to be put in my exclusive free WhatsApp group. If anybody has questions, lots of help from everybody. Oh, that's awesome. Thanks, Nikki and Jocelyn. I love you guys. I love being able to help. So what are some of the students saying? Don't take it just from me. So I love this one right here. They said, so I purchased 7 courses. I feel like this actually has every aspect of everything I need. This one resonated with me, you guys, because I purchased 4 or 5 courses and spent $4,000 and I just didn't get anywhere. And what I like to say is, like, there's just no fluff. They cut down the fluff. They just give you what you actually need. So you can see inside the training program how many people are having success and are loving what they are, engaging in and what they're learning. So again, remember when I started, those interest rates, the potential of having to spend $3,000 a month on meds. We were draining our savings account. We almost had to sell our house. I didn't know what a funnel was. We were canceling family vacations. To say I was overwhelmed was a little bit of an understatement. So maybe you're feeling that same way. Maybe you're feeling like, can I actually do this? I've never even used social media before. I've never done a Zoom call. What if I fail? I don't even know what I would create, or I'm scared to take the first step. I hear you. And I just want to really, I hear you and I see you. And that's where my passion comes in, is to be able to take you from freeze to actually action. And not being afraid to make mistakes. You're going to make mistakes along the way. Heck, I make a ton of them, and that's okay. And that's how we learn. So I get it. So I totally understand. But I want you to know that you have an incredible, supportive, and active community around you. You're going to have 5 mentors that are guiding you along the way, that are going to teach you how to create a massive online presence. And maybe you want to not show your face. We have modules around faceless marketing, which is hotter than hot right now. So, and you have me. Plus you have me. I wanted to add that little part in there. All you have to do is take the first step. So I'm going to break down what would the first step, or what's the next step actually look like. So here's how you get started, okay? So you grab the training program. And again, I've shown you here. So we have payment plan options. Afterpay is probably my favorite payment plan option to use. You've got 2 options. You can either do it in 4 payments of $118, or you can actually do it over 12 months at $41 a month. How reasonable is that to start? So you would, and it doesn't matter if you use a it doesn't matter if you use a payment plan option. You will still get access to everything up front. So you don't have to wait until that payment plan is completed. So that helps really take away the fear of cost. So the code is our training program, and then you're going to get a code in your email after you grab the training program that's going to give you 1 month free of mentorship. And then you're going to book on my Stand store, you're going to book 1 free onboarding call where I'm going to be able to get you up and running. So that is it. Like, your next step, all you have to do, all I want you to do, we don't have to do anything else. All I want you to do is grab the training program. You're going to go in and register for your free month of mentorship. And then you and I are going to jump on an onboarding call when it works. I have my whole schedule up and running. I've got lots of availabilities. And I'm going to walk you through it in detail. And we're not going to stop until you are comfortable and know exactly what you're doing in terms of where to start. So that, my friends, is it. That is all I have for you. I know that was a ton of information. Any other final thoughts? Or if anybody else on here wants to give some words of wisdom. Oh, Linda. Linda said, oh, you guys are so sweet. Linda said, Jen is the right person to go with. Aw, thank you. I am pretty passionate about helping people and getting people off the ground. Amy, do you have any wise words for us?
I get my camera off because I'm in my robe.
I love it.
I'm robe coffee. So, this is how we show up to work.
Yeah, this is how we making the money, honey.
This is real life. Well, I just want everyone to understand how authentic and sincere Jen is and this program is. You know, Jen, Daniel, and myself all have done multiple training programs in this space and learned a lot from all of them. But the difference between this is definitely the integrity of the people behind it. And
Mm,
you can see us all here supporting each other. That's just how it is. That's how it is
yeah.
inside this incredible program. And, you know, I actually forget that it's making me money. And that's why I started this, because I'm so engrossed in how much I'm learning and how much I'm growing my business and myself. And the
Mm.
commissions that I'm making, which I am making, you know, consistently, are just absolute icing on the cake. And it's just such an incredible space to be in. And Jen has been a really influential part of my journey in the last few weeks. And I'm just really proud of you. And I think
Aw.
that if you're looking for someone to trust in this space, then you found the right place. And, you know, a lot of us have been through the wire trying to get to where we are, and this program didn't exist when we started. It
No.
didn't exist. So you guys have an opportunity that we didn't have, and that's to start at something that wants you to succeed wholeheartedly.
Yeah.
And Jen
100%.
always says it's people before profits, and
Yeah.
that really is how it's structured, is with the mentality and the integrity of just wanting the students to succeed.
Yeah.
So, you know, if there's any hesitation, like, please, you know, ask any questions that ever pop into your head, because Jen's always going to get back to you. And if you're brand new, you found the perfect person, because Jen's the mum of social media and she'll just take good care of
The mom of social media. I love it.
you.
Thank you, Amy. That was so sweet. I didn't know you were going to say all that. Not only, I mean, can you make uncapped income in this space doing this, but to get to do it alongside authentic, trustworthy, transparent, and integral people, that's who you want to be with.
Can I say one thing, Jen?
Yes. Oh, yeah. Oh, sorry. I thought you were waving
Yeah. No,
goodbye.
no. It's cool. It's cool. I do want to say, guys, with Jen, I want you guys to realize, especially me being in this space too, it's very unique when you have someone like Jen that's working at home and building this full time too. I think people really need to understand that, yes, you know, some people have a job and sometimes people are like, oh, but I have a job, I don't have as much time. It's very great when you have someone like Jen that does have the time for you and does have the time to support you. So sometimes you have to realize the other end of it, right? Is yeah, if Jen had a job, she'll be doing this too, right? Because Jen, you do this, you do this full time, correct?
Yep.
Yeah, so I want you to know the power of someone like Jen supporting you. Like that just helps you realize and forget about, you know, the people that may have a job and going through, you know, the job situation, wherever. If you have a job, you always want to have someone that has the time available for you. Because the one thing that's great about people that make money online is the more freedom they have to help you, the more help you're actually going to get. So sometimes you have to recognize that. And Jen, I do want to say firstly, man, you're an incredible person, and you don't pay me. I don't get any money for saying this, right, at all. I just want people to know, because when I see someone that's passionate sharing your story like you did, I learned part of your stories I never knew. I just want people to understand, like, you don't find that in many places. Like, you really don't. I've been in sales over 10 years. And I hope you guys really understand, because sometimes it's hard to realize what's in front of you because you're here. So sometimes you're here, you're like, how could I have an incredible person to work with? No, you really do. And I've got a chance to learn Jen. I think she's incredible. And I just want to add that value, because I would not want someone leaving here to not know that, and then go somewhere else and think like they're going to get what they got from you and then not get it, because sometimes that happens in this industry. Then I really appreciate even watching this was
Daniel,
great
thank
for
you
me
so
too.
much. I have learned a ton from Daniel and Amy too. And, you know, we really are a team, and I'm excited to just keep supporting both of them in their journeys. You know, I know Amy's going to run a live masterclass, and I'm going to do the exact same thing for her and cheer her on and be there every minute, because that's what we do. And when we all, like, when we win as a team, like, we all win. And I'm not saying that even, that's not financially speaking. We're not an MLM here, but to be able to support one another. Again, I'm always about trust, transparency, longevity. I think that is so, so, so key. So yeah, if you, Amy has put it in there, if you are interested and you want to get going, she's put my Stan link in there. All you have to do is click on that link, and you are pretty much, you're ready to go. You'll grab the code. What I'll do is once I see that you've grabbed it, I will reach out to you with a code to go book the onboarding call with me. Again, that's totally free as well. And then we're going to take the time and really, you know, you can ask more questions at that point too. Um, No, also Jen doesn't make any money. Yes. So yes, that's actually really important too. So I don't make any money. Like, let's say you purchase the code, and then let's say you were like, hey, I really love the training program and I want to sell it. If you sell it, there's no money I make. There's no upline, there's no downline. Like, this isn't network marketing. So it is just a relationship between whoever's selling it and whatever you're selling. So I always say it's a relationship between the person selling and the brand. That's the two people that are actually going to make money. Nobody else does. And I really, really like that. So yeah, that's good. Thank you so much, Daniel, for pointing that out. That's great. So anyways, thank you guys so much. Yeah. Have a great weekend.